Welcome back to Read the Gems podcast.
And we miss y'all.
Oh my God, man. It's been a while. We know y'all been missing us, and we miss y'all likewise. And furthermore, we want to know how y'all summer been going, man. 4th of July just passed. Fireworks, how y'all having a good summer, let us know.
Hopefully there's no accidents, man, like losing hands, fingers, or any type of limbs. Because we have been hearing that too, man.
Yeah,
man, definitely, bro. Big ups to everybody out there, man, and hope y'all doing well.
I want to know, man, what does healing look like in your 30s?
Healing in your 30s. For me, I think 30s is that age where you either one, you're gonna grow up, or two, you're gonna remain the same. You'll still be like a child or have that child mentality. 30s is that age where you say, you know what? I done did all that. I done did the club. I done did the partying. I done did the having multiple females. It's time to settle down. Time to get a house. It's time to, level up. And I think healing,
take life more serious.
Yeah. So I think healing in that process, that's a sense of healing. When you telling yourself, hey, it's time to tighten up. Whether you get into your Bible, you start to, learn more about God. You start to take things a little bit more serious. I think that's more of a healing in the 30s to me.
Okay.
As far as how it looks, I think everybody knows when you at a certain age, like especially like saying 30s. There's a certain style of dressing now. You don't wear the baggy clothes with the pants sagging. You're more of a pulling up the khakis with the belt now. With a nice
carry yourself a little better.
With a nice little collar shirt.
Yeah.
Nice little New Balances or something that's casual, but luxury though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're going on a trip or a vacation, you might do a linen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Linen with the open chest.
Yeah.
You're just exposing your 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's how 30's supposed to look. For me, that's just my preference.
So that's a part of the healing process, the way you carry yourself as a man in your 30s, that's a part of the healing process?
The healing process is the fact that your knowledge is not the same as your 20s. So
right.
The way you think about things now.
And that don't go for all men in their 30s.
And that it don't.
Because there's some men in their 30s that still feel like they in their 20s.
Yeah.
They trying to live out their teen years in their 20s and
their 30s.
And
that's all goes back to what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up. That's that age where you say, bro, I'm 10 more years from 40.
Yeah.
So,
right.
When am I going to start to man up?
Right,
when am I going to start to grow up?
Yeah.
When am I going to start seeing that, paying rent is not more than having a mortgage. It's not better than having a mortgage of something you could call your own.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
It's a mentality thing,
Absolutely. For me, I could say, man, what healing looks like for me, I would say some prayer, some meditation, getting a connection with God, taking your health more serious. I was just telling my brothers here, man, I've been taking my vitamins a lot. My men vitamins, I go to Whole Foods or Sprouts and I go get me a bottle, 30 capsules of men vitamins and drinking a lot more water. I still drink soda or juice here and there, but drinking more water, going on walks, healthy walks, just listening to some music, meditation, and healing looks different for everybody, man. There's some people out there that feel like they're healing by drowning themselves in a bottle of liquor, or they might be smoking a pack of cigarettes, and they feel like, man, boy, that poke just eased my mind, boy, I needed that poke, and they think they're healing, but they're not, though. So healing looks different for everybody, but for me, I would say healing starts with, getting that connection with God, and focusing on your health.
Real good points, man, real good points. And, for me, It's just about, I feel like healing starts with accountability, in a sense of addressing whatever it is that you feel like that need to be healed.
Okay.
Whether it was something traumatic.
Yeah.
You know,
don't just sweep it under the rug.
Exactly.
Yeah, bring it to the forefront.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I say accountability, it's like, I mean in a way of owning it.
Okay.
Like you
addressing
taking
it.
accountability for
Yeah.
your actions.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, just,
No, I get what you're saying, but when you said the when you said something about like with people, you know what I'm saying, it kind of brought me to that. But and I get exactly what you're saying. Accountability is something big
Yeah.
when it
So,
comes
yeah.
to growing
Growing
up.
up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's
When you're in your 20s and you're in your 30s, when you're in your 30s, you're gonna look back in your 20s and be like, damn, I could be accountable for some of the things I've
Exactly.
done. You know, so that's one of the things in the healing journey as a man in your 30s. What else you say?
Listen, one of the, I actually like, and I'm gonna get to that, but one of the things that I heard you say is people would say they have to use a port or they'll need some type of
Like
you know,
a pile
alcohol
of
or, you know, or
alcohol,
anything,
yeah,
right?
weed
So it
even.
just made me think
Drugs,
of something,
period.
right?
Yeah.
It just made me think of something, right? Without alcohol or without, you know, drinking
Right.
or without drugs, period, right?
Right.
Whether that's, you know, whatever it is, smoking, you know, any type of hard drug or soft drug, whatever. How else could you basically like
Cope
heal
with that?
Try to
or
heal
cope?
yourself, yeah.
Or what's some other, you know,
Coping
better
mechanisms,
ways
yeah.
or mechanisms
Because
outside
they think they
outside
healing,
of drugs,
but they
man.
just finding a coping mechanism. That
I mean-
cigarette, them pokes, bro, not really
Yeah.
healing you. It's giving you like a false illusion that you're
The
being
thing
healed.
is, let me tell you what it is, right? To me, what I think it is, when it comes to people trying to cope with drugs, it's a sense of depression.
Yeah.
You're depressed in a state where you can't get out of,
Yeah.
and you use this to help you bring
Fight
out
the
that
depression.
No, it's not.
So-
it's not just the fighting the depression. You know how they say there's a gland in your brain that uses it pushes out this source of
Dopamine.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
So the dopamine, you want to feel happy, but you can't feel that way without it.
Right.
So let me ask you a
right.
question then. So, what's a healthier way outside of alcohol and outside of drugs of escaping reality?
Sex.
I mean,
sex, hitting the gym.
Gym-
I've seen people
gym
go
is-
hard in the
gym-
gym, like
Gym is
they're
one.
using that gym just to kind of
Escape
help
reality?
escape reality. Even
I would
sex.
say
you
that-
know, I've seen some people have sex like they become nymphomaniacs with sex, and
yeah,
they're
but
using
then,
that as like a cover up.
that's another source of drug.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that
that's
could be
that
an addiction.
dopamine.
Yeah.
That's an addiction or an unhealthy addiction
Yeah.
at that.
So I think
Yeah.
you ever heard the terms,
Even if it's pleasurable?
Yeah, it's unhealthy pleasurable. You know what I'm saying? Because you go catch one and you gonna feel good after, but then later on when you gotta face that you know that reality again, it's like, dang, I just used that as a band-aid.
Okay.
I'm back to feeling shitty again.
But you ever heard the terms
You know?
like high off life? Like I'm high
Yeah.
off life.
Yeah.
You have to find that within, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
You say you
saying?
gotta
That's
find
the
that
best
within.
feeling.
Within, yeah. You have to find that within because there's nothing like waking up early and having that burst of energy. You don't know where it comes from.
Yeah.
But it's a burst of energy you're willing to do whatever today.
And
like,
you just feel so thankful
feel,
for life.
yeah, you just feeling
You ever woke up one day and just felt so thankful to be alive?
Absolutely.
like you even
That's
just bust out a couple
yeah,
push-ups.
yeah.
You smelt that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today
yeah.
is the day.
You just
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm
sun
saying?
shining, wind
So-
blowing.
It's a sense of like feeling great about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
accepting yourself for who you are, and just you know what I'm saying, knowing that you got flaws, but it's okay though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people, if they can know how to release that on their own, that dopamine on their own,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother level.
I like that.
You get
I
what
like
I'm
that
saying?
because that also falls in when it comes to healing in your 30s, being more appreciative for life itself,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
For
yeah.
life, because when you're in your 20s, you living so fast,
Mm-hmm.
you don't even slow down and realize, like, yo, I'm thankful for life.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get in them 30s, you really start feeling thankful for life.
But also
it's
go back
an
to what you
underrated
said, too.
blessing. Leaving your house and coming back home every night, underrated
Yeah,
blessing, man.
but let's also go back to what you said, eating healthier, because
Yeah.
sometimes eating the garbage helps
Yeah.
you start to think of down thoughts. Like
Yeah,
you down in
yeah.
yourself. You know what
when
I'm
you
saying?
eat right, you think right.
When you ever ate like small portions, or you just ate like a whole batch of fresh fruits, and you know what I'm saying, you ain't really eat nothing heavy, greasy or nothing, and you just feel like, wow, bro, I feel like I feel good. Like,
your body feel replenished.
So I think all that plays a factor in healing, especially, hey, going back to getting to know God. You know what I'm saying? And reading
mind,
the
body,
Bible.
and soul.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't get to see this time, but at the same time, you here to tell your testimony. You know what I'm saying?
So anybody out there that's going through a difficult time in life and they feel like they need to heal, what we say, man, try to find yourself, that peace, that inner peace within yourself. You don't need no form of drug, no form of cigarette, no alcohol, sex, nothing to find that inner peace within yourself. But don't forget to include God in that.
Yeah.
Because we are here today because of the Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give him the praise first. Yeah, great topic, Z. Great topic. Read the gems, baby.
Read the gems.
Like, comment, subscribe.
The gang out.
The Gems Podcast.
Yes, sir. Read the Gems Podcast.
And subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm getting this soon. All right, bye, Daddy.
The Gems.
Bye, Daddy.
You sow what you reap.
You sow. You reap what you sow. You sow what you reap.
Bye, Daddy.
Sumo, talk to him.
Shout out to Read the Gems Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Read the Gems Podcast. Okay. Subscribe. Do all of that stuff. You know what to do.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Make sure y'all subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, y'all subscribe.
Ew, subscribe.
We're burning it down. Read the vlog video, that's all.